Yes, you read the title right. This is my new and improved waking up after it's lunchtime routine. Waking up at 6 a.m., and that's a thing of the past. We're switching things up here. We're getting this beautiful day started by waking up at 1 p.m. I typically wake up at around like 11 to 12, so I let myself snooze for an extra hour, listening to some upbeat summer tunes to start off my day. We're well on our way into the afternoon, but that's okay. Of course, I'm making myself a cup of coffee. Nothing new here. Oh, by the way, I tried making some steamed buns yesterday. They taste good, but honestly, they look a little whack. I'll probably end up making a second batch because I'm determined to perfect them. Since it's 1 p.m., I guess I'm having a late lunch. I've never really been a big fan of breakfast anyway, so don't really miss it. I'm just having some leftover fried rice today. My family recently started growing our own green onions by the kitchen window, and they're sprouting up quite nicely. We love an indoor garden. Anyways, I'm going to just cut up some of that into my rice, garnish it up a little. After I was done my cup of coffee, I made myself some lemon water because I feel like my skin has just been so icky lately, and I needed to just step up my water game. I wish I was the kind of person that stays hydrated 24/7, but my forgetful mind just doesn't let me. It won't allow it. Now I'm putting on my face for the day to give me that false sense of productivity. While I'm doing that, I'm watching The Good Fight at the same time on Prime Video. I have been consuming a lot of crime and justice content lately. With the recent events that have been happening in the Black Lives Matter movement, I wanted to further educate myself on not just the issues, but with also just how the criminal system works, legal issues, and the policing system. One of the channels that I love is actually The Legal Eagle. All the content comes from the education and perspective of a lawyer, and it's really insightful to learn more about the major cases happening right now. I don't really care too much about like the additional drama stuff that occurs on in the show, but I do love the dramatization of just like the court hearings and stuff like that. I think it's really entertaining. Halfway through that, I started watching the latest TMG podcast. I'm obsessed with Cody Ko and Noel Miller. I love their podcast and the topics that they talk about, even though they're always like all over the place, but that's what makes it so entertaining, and I'm just a huge fan. I've started changing my hair parting these days. I've always had a side parting ever since grade 3 when I gelled my bangs to the side religiously. I wanted to do something different with my hair, and I don't think I'm ready to bleach it again anytime soon, so I decided that this was the next best thing. I think I also just want to be one of those people that can change up their parting in whichever way, which I find to be so powerful because my hair is so stubborn. Also, I'm trying to bring some volume into my hair with this dry shampoo because my hair is so freaking thin and fine, which is a nightmare because I just want big voluminous hair. We finally put up our patio in the back, so I've been going out there to do work and chill sometimes now that the weather is warm enough. And yes, I changed my outfit halfway through because the breeze was kind of chilly. Today's afternoon activity was to put together my friend's birthday gift. I tie-dyed this shirt for her, which if you didn't notice already is pretty similar to the t-shirt I was wearing before because I tie-dyed two of them at the same time. She's been talking about wanting a tie-dye shirt for the longest time. Before I get into that, I want to thank Glasses USA for sponsoring this video, and a thank you to you guys as well for making all of this possible. I was really excited when they reached out to me because I'm not someone that really owns a bunch of different pairs of glasses to play around with and experiment, despite the fact that I'm literally always wearing glasses. One of the reasons why is because it's kind of a hassle for me to go out and shop for a pair as it's so time consuming, and given the events of today, it's even more difficult to go out and shop around for a pair, which is where Glasses USA steps in. You're able to browse and shop for a pair of frames from the comfort and convenience of your own home. All the frames that I have are prescription, and if you don't have one on hand, that's perfectly fine. Glasses USA has a free prescription scanner app that lets you use your phone camera to scan your current eyeglasses to get the details of your prescription. It's easy, FDA listed, and accurate with results in just 10 to 15 minutes. If you're unsure about how certain frames will look on your face, that's not an issue because they also have the virtual mirror on site, which lets you upload a photo of yourself so you can see what they look like. I really love the fact that this is a feature because it makes things 10 times easier in terms of online shopping. And as someone that online shops a lot, this is a blessing. They have a huge range of frames and brands that you can pick from Ray-Bans to Gucci. I was really excited to see that Hilary Duff actually has an exclusive line on their site. I think her line looks so chic and modern, a big fan. If you're interested in browsing the site, I will have a link down below, so make sure to check it out. Okay, now back to the regularly scheduled program. I spent a good 30 minutes writing a letter to go with my friend's gift. I love giving out handwritten letters on birthdays. I don't really like the idea of going out and buying one when a letter that you make yourself just holds so much more meaning. Then of course I had to bedazzle it with some stickers to make it look all cute and stuff. Afterwards, I was trying to print out some photos to put in the gift as well, and I spent such a long time just trying to find some that my friend was actually in, and to find one that we're both in together, even more rare. So I was just sitting out there struggling. Thankfully, I was able to find like 3 photos I could print out. So originally I was going to make dinner for my family, but it was a Friday, so we decided to treat ourselves and just pick up some food instead. We wanted to get Jollibee, but for some reason when we called them, their lines were super busy, so we went for Mary Brown's instead. I was just chilling in the car, feeling refreshed because I finally got to leave the house, even though it was only for like 10 minutes. And then I got distracted by this truck, which had the cutest design on the side. Alright, so after that, I had a food coma and I can't even remember what I did for a good couple of hours. I finally got around to opening up this package that I ordered like a month ago from Amazon. It's this miniature DIY greenhouse kit. I actually saw this on TikTok and I thought it would be a fun activity to do to pass the time, but let me just say, when I opened up the box and realized how many different components there were, I sort of was like, do I really want to do this right now? And as I read the long list of instructions, I was like, okay, maybe this will be a fun thing to do with a friend, not just by myself. Plus, I'm still feeling that food coma. Okay, now is when I get down to work. As you can see, my work routine schedule has just done a complete 180, and I'm not even mad about it. This is typically the time when I start editing my videos, or I'm just looking up creative inspiration, so I like to just call this my creative hour. It's that time of the night where I actually get down to work in terms of being creative and productive and all that. And I know that this is a complete 180 to what I typically do. If you watch any of my old routine videos, you already know that I start my day early, or at least I try to. I prefer this a lot better because for some reason, I don't know why, but I think it's because like the atmosphere in my household, it tends to be a lot more quiet and I'm able to think a lot better when it's like late at night. And for some reason, I don't know, maybe I'm turning into a night owl. I myself am trying to like adjust to the fact that my household is normally like really busy and like loud and noisy throughout the day, and I find that I tend to focus a lot better and that I tend to produce a lot more creative work, and I'm more focused at night. But as you can see, I used to work up in my room a lot, but now I tend to work in this room here, which is, I'm not going to give you guys a tour of it because it's literally like the biggest mess. I've discovered that I actually really like doing my work late at night, and maybe it's not like the healthiest thing because I do stay up quite late. I need this change of routine because before I was just so set on waking up early because I thought like, okay, this is what I need to do in order to be productive. Like, this is what everyone tells you to do. You have to wake up early. And for quite a while that actually worked for me because my routine and my mindset allowed for it to actually be successful. But now that I'm doing a different kind of work, I guess, in terms of just like being more creative, I've discovered that my creative work tends to flow a lot better late at night. It's really exciting because I've been really into using like Premiere. If you guys didn't know, I used to use Final Cut Pro a lot back then. Like, it was the only editing software that I would like religiously use, but it limited me in so many different ways. So I've switched to Premiere and I'm having tons of fun just like, you know, editing and whatnot. Okay, so I just continued to ramble after this, which is why I muted the rest of the clip. Moving on, it's that time of the night to do my skincare, and when I say night, I mean like 2 a.m. I also got really excited because I'm trying out these Drunk Elephant products for the first time. I don't think I've ever received such a bougie PR package before, and I got so hyped because I just love skincare, and I've low-key always admired the brand. Ugh, that feeling of just taking off your makeup after a long day is on my list of top 5 best feelings in the world. Now I end my nights by listening to an audiobook while playing some Animal Crossing. We love multitasking. I used my Audible credit this month to get Tan's book because I freaking love him and the entire cast of Queer Eye, and that's pretty much it for my day. Don't forget to check out Glasses USA in the description box below, and thank you for joining me on this lovely Friday routine. I'll see you in the next video. Gotta push it up further and then just zoom on in. haven't been out of my house in forever. This is so weird. At this camera angle, it makes me feel like I'm one of those tech review channels and I just have like my computer to the side and I'm about to review the latest iPhone with, oh yeah, my cable is kind of janky here, but let's ignore that. I've changed my part so many times this video. I'm going through it. But yeah, this, ooh, my hair is looking just a little bit more voluminous.